Live.
Good morning. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting of the Genesee County Parks and Recreation Commission to order. Advance public notice for today's meeting, including public participation, was posted in compliance with the Michigan Open Meetings Act. In compliance with Act number 228, Public Acts of 2020, effective October 16th, 2020, members attending the meeting must identify their physical location by stating their county, city, township, or village and state from which they are attending the meeting. Melissa, could we get a roll call, please?
Clemens,
Present, Flint, Michigan.
in your location?
Flint, Michigan.
Dickerson,
Flint, Michigan, County
Keeler?
Road Commission.
Keeler,
Let's see, United States, Michigan, Genesee County, Flint, Michigan, my house.
Crable,
Genesee, Michigan.
Nolden,
Flint, Michigan, County Board of Commissioners office.
Washington,
Flint Township, my office.
Wright,
Flint Township, the Drain Commissioner's office.
okay.
Thank you. As of 8 o'clock this morning, we've received 0 requests for public comment by way of telephone or email, and we've received 0 requests to call in for public comment during today's meeting, so we have no public comment. Next item, any commissioner wish to pull anything off the consent agenda?
Move it.
Support.
Board,
I believe it was Keeler made the motion,
Yep.
Yes.
supported by Dickerson,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Washington. To approve consent agenda items A through C is listed in your packet. Roll call, please.
Clemens,
Yes.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Keeler,
Yes.
Crable,
Yes.
Nolden,
yes,
Washington,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
okay.
All voting yes, motion carried. Thank you. We'll go to the director's report.
The first item I have on your agenda is for information only is, do you have to take action on this, Joe, for the consumers crime
Well,
request?
the word, it would probably be appropriate that we make a motion to postpone it till we get both updates from your office. If you want to fill the commissioners in on the second one that we were discussing early.
We, after Commissioner Wright asked some questions about the easement, I found out that they were also requesting the easement on a separate parcel of Chevy Commons. So I want to combine all their requests together and get the same language on the easement request before I bring it back to the commission. So we're in the process of doing that.
all right, sound good.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
through you to Barry. Barry, did you discuss it all with him, the potential changes?
Yes, I did.
How did they take that?
It was not, I don't think it wasn't gonna be an issue because it was just, they're looking for overhead clearance for the line. So it's
Great,
in
thank
one,
you.
and one down pin.
Thank you.
Yep.
So at this time, I would entertain a motion to postpone action on the original motion.
Or
Got a motion by Nolden and a support by Dickerson to postpone this motion till we receive an update from the director on the request for both easements from Consumers Energy. Roll call, please.
Wright,
yes.
Washington,
Yes.
Nolden,
Yes,
Crable,
Yes.
Keeler,
Yes.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Clemens,
Yes.
okay.
All voting yes, motion carried. Thank you. Just a quick note before Barry starts his presentation. He's going to try to keep it to about an hour or so. If any commissioner needs to leave for any reason, we've completed all of the business aspect of what the meeting is today. So if we do lose our quorum, we'll go ahead and continue on with the presentation and then just end the meeting after that. So go ahead, Barry.
Thank you. We sent all the commissioners a packet, and I hope you got a copy of the annual report.
Yes.
A copy of the bound presentation, slide presentation that I'm going to give today so you can follow along. a copy of the field guide, former field guide, a copy of the economic impact report. So hopefully everybody's got a copy of those. I'm going to flip this over so that you can see the slide presentation on your screen. I'm going to try here. And uh-oh. Uh-oh, hang on. I gotta get with Melissa. She disabled,
Uh-oh, operator error.
you disabled my slide
You
presentation.
have to be like Commissioner Wright, have a guy.
Yeah, sitting there in it, on his left shoulder.
Yep.
What?
Hey, can you just go from one window to the next and help us out?
What are we talking about?
Talking about you. We're
That's a
talking about
mannequin.
Barry and his operator error. And saying
That's
you
a
got guy
mannequin.
Sitting
That's
there
a
behind
mannequin.
you.
That's a cyborg.
A figment of our imagination.
No, it's just, we're really high tech out here. That's a cyborg.
Okay, we're cool.
Can you see it?
No,
You can't see it.
What are they talking about?
He's trying to share.
he's trying to show his screen.
There it is.
There.
There he is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
Should have been paying attention instead of reading this, I guess.
I did this the other day with Melissa and it worked fine. So now everybody can see my screen.
Yes.
So now I can just figure out how to move on to the next screen. I'll be good. Oh, there we go. Now we're better.
This was gonna look like Sunday. Keeler.
Yeah, I know.
So I hope everyone had a chance to look at our annual report. We want to make sure that the Park Commission got to see this before the county commissioners, and we'll be presenting that at the next county commission meeting. That's an annual requirement of our charter here at the Park Commission. So we'll be presenting that to the county commissioners at the next meeting. Again, I'm just going to kind of read these bullet points, and if anybody has a question as we go along, just pipe up. As the largest county park system in the state, we offer the most diverse outdoor opportunities of any county park system in the state. We're primarily resource-based, as you all know. We hold the majority of public land in Genesee County available for outdoor recreation. And our human capital makes our impact possible. And that's a real issue with us this year is, finding the seasonal employees we need to provide the services and that we want to provide the public. And we're dedicated to quality recreational opportunities for everyone and preservation of our natural resources. Parks bring people together. We try to practice our core values of mission, consistency, customer service, integrity, stewardship, and teamwork. And teamwork is a big one around here. It really allows us to do a lot of things that we couldn't do if we were all operating separately. Just a note on our fund balance. You noticed in the last 3 years, we've increased our fund balance substantially. And that's for 3 reasons. The parks business cycle versus the county budget cycle. We don't like to commit to spending a lot of money until we know on the bottom line, until we know we're going to make money on the top line. So if we don't get the attendance at Crossroads and the attendance at the campgrounds, we really can't commit to spending that maintenance money. So, and then once we really don't know that until July. So by the time July rolls around, we decide we can spend some money. We don't really have enough time to get to the Board of Commissioners to get some of those bigger items approved. So this year, we're going to try to do something different and maybe commit to spending some fund balance of the money that we've saved the prior year. So we're trying to jockey our spending around to better work with the county budget cycle. The other thing is we have there's line item budget controls on. So we can't go over in any fund, in any budget line item. So therefore we have to put a little extra money in every budget line item to make sure we don't go over, so that necessitates us to have some carryover in every line item. And the third thing is we've been saving for large projects. So hopefully in the future, the park commission will allow us to spend some of that money we've saved on some of these projects. In the next meeting, I'm going to talk about improvements we want to make the campground that'll necessitate some spending of fund balance. And so when that comes around, I'll give you all the information on that. So that'll be the next meeting. This year I sent a memo out to all the departments in the parks to send us things that they did last year, like 4 or 5 items. So that's what these accomplishments are for last year. And maintenance said we got the Iron Bell completed from Irish to Gale Road. We started our 5-year plan to replace park signage. And I don't know, some of you have probably been by 4MR. That's the example of some of the newer signs that we're trying to get. We're trying to get across that this is Genesee County Parks. And then in the center on smaller letters are the name of the parks. So we tie all our parks together because next year we're going to be going for another millage. And we want to make sure that all the public knows that those parks are Genesee County parks and that their millage is supporting that. We did some minor work at Elba and Atlas County parks. And you say, geez, culverts, what's the big deal? Well, you know, at Atlas County Park, it cost us, I think, $3,000 just for the engineering so that we could get the prints sent over to the Eagle so we could get a permit to replace the tube. And then we had to, you know, let the drain commissioner's office know and let their staff review those too as well, so that we're staying within the rules of, what can I say, Commissioner, right? All surface water management rules. That's what I was looking for.
Well, it's not just surface water. The big ones are soil erosion, which is water and waste. Then you got the NPDES at surface water for sure.
Which is,
But you guys have been really good at it. Parks has always done what they can, and you've always done what you can. Sometimes there's surprises for all of us, but you guys do well.
And as you know, COVID-19 reduced our staffing, and that did delay some things that we like to do. And other things we did at Buell Lake, we topped up all the playground safety servicing. We did some seal coating on non-motorized trails, and as Commissioner Keeler knows, you know, you maintain those non-motorized trails and put a little bit of money in to keep them up, they'll last an awful long time. And that's what we're going to try to do. At 4MR, we did a lot of work in the Arboretum, and as far as pruning invasive species, they built a new arbor. They started some trail maintenance on some of the overgrown and invasive issues on some of the trails to widen them out and make them a little more accommodating for our public. Plan to do native pollinator and bird gardens behind the visitor center. Received a $10,000 grant to allow environmental education and opportunities for our disabilities and seniors. And we completed the 4MR field guide that you guys received. Programming has been an issue with COVID-19, but we've been doing some outdoor programming, some pop-up programming that's been well received by the public. Crossroads Village, even though we were closed and we didn't have any full-time staff over there last year because we decided not to. You just approved us to hire somebody here in the last few months, but last year we decided to hold off because of COVID-19. But we did get quite a few things done as far as sprucing up in the village, as far as painting, replacing doors, roofs, boardwalk. When you have 32 old houses, there's always something that needs to be done. And we're trying to bring the appearance up to make it presentable for our public. We did completed the post and beam building over the sawmill, as you see a photo here. That was really planned in 1976, and we finally got to it. And we used all that wood that you see there. It came from the parks. It was harvested from different parks. And then it was a post and beam, kind of like a kit that our folks put together over the winter, and then install it during the summer. So that'll be a great viewing area for the public, keep everybody out of the sun, and then protect the antique equipment. We did some work at the cider mill to make that more reliable. We completed some engineering for brickwork at the bank building that the bids are opening today for that to have some repair work done on the bank building this summer. And we did some gutter work. Across the railroad, we replaced Railroad Bridge 2 with a box culvert, which was a big project. So now all the bridges have been worked on and we should be in good shape. We replaced some railroad ties. The passenger cars are always in need of work. And we extended the railroad sidings to better accommodate winter storage of these cars that was all done by park staff.
If I may, Mr. Chair,
Yes.
through you to Barry, how's your staffing situation at the railroad operations?
Pretty thin. We just hired someone this week and we're looking to promote someone to supervisor. So we're going to have at least 2 full-time staff. We did recruit a seasonal employee from the Henry Ford. So it's starting to come together, but it was pretty rough here earlier. But
Historically, Barry, how many people have we had working in that operation?
historically, we've had 3 full-time employees.
So we may end up with 2.5.
We're hoping to add a 3rd one this fall, but we want to see how it goes this summer with attendance. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Thank you.
Sure. And then some other items we did at the railroad, constructed a work platform to trim some of the trees back away from the right of way so they don't scratch the cars. We picked up a couple of narrow gauge dump cars from Durango and Silverton Railroad for also assisting in right of way maintenance. And Consumers Energy abandoned a gas line under the railroad, and we're going to be able to do some work there and make the drainage a little better near the farm crossing at Crossroads. And this spring, we should be doing some work on the West Loop. We've got contract with a company to come in and replace all the rail over there because it's getting pretty bad. We've been doing a lot of work at the mounds with some grants that we have from the DNR. And we were held up last year due to the COVID. They told us not to spend any money. And so then we couldn't spend any money last summer to do it. And now they told us we have to have it all done by this fall. So we're scrambling, trying to get all that. We have about $100,000 worth of work we have to do over there before the end of September. We started overhauling Wolverine maps, and we've really done a lot of work on Rec Track and make it easier for our public to make reservations at the campground, as well as doing some entrance road work and just gradual improvements over there that are really paying off with improved, well, along with the COVID crisis and everybody wanting to get outside and the improvements we've made, our attendance is really starting to climb over there at the campground. And then some other things we've done at the campground, site posts, all these little things that really make a difference to the campers. Keep Genesee County beautiful. As you know, between our contract with these, our agreement with the city and Keep Genesee County Beautiful, we pretty much maintain all the city parks in some fashion or another. Keep Genesee County Beautiful has really been doing a great job with installing playgrounds. We've got some more planned here this summer. We've got a public art project on MLK. I don't know if everybody saw that. That was pretty cool. And working benches and all kinds of things out there. Nancy's really been busy. Brush clearing, tree removal, all the grants that she's brought in and the volunteers. And also the curbside weekly trash pickup and portable toilets were a big hit. Chevy Commons, as you all know, we closed on the purchase of Chevy Commons, and we initiated the due care plan for that park to make sure that we're staying within the EPA requirements, and which are basically don't do any digging. As long as we don't do any digging, we're in great shape over there. And we've had a lot. There's a lot of traffic out there. And on the Flint River Restoration Project, you haven't heard a lot about that lately because we've been working on the engineering. And we're going to try to submit for our final permit to do the work in the river in May. And we hope to receive that by the end of this year. We've just had a meeting on Tuesday with the Eagle, and they seem to be good with the new plan. We've engaged with the new, trying to think, not River Restorations, but Stantec is our new engineer, and the Eagle are very comfortable with the work they do, and they've done a lot of other work in the state. So we're kind of made a breakthrough with the Eagle, and I anticipate that we'll be doing, this will go smoothly, and we should be in construction on that in the summer, fall of 2022. And we'll bring in some more information on that later this summer. Marketing. As you all know, we do ABC 12 segments every Thursday morning and noon, and we've reached a lot of people, and it was very helpful this last year with letting people know what was available to them during this COVID crisis. And we've had just a tremendous increase in the usage of all our day parks and everything that's available to the public. And hopefully they'll remember that when they vote on the millage next year. Formar has been offering programming via YouTube and virtual segments. That's been pretty well received as well. And we've had an overall increase in social media likes from 2019 to 20. And I've got to say that Holly and her folks have been doing a great job of making that happen and making the public aware of what we're up to. Finance and reservations, we completed a new rec update, which puts us on the cloud. New payroll system, Kronos and Paylocity, it was implemented by the county, and that's a little harder for some of our older people to get used to, but we're helping them with that. It's all online, as well as application is online. Once that we receive their application and they get hired by the county, they have to get online to put all their information in. We've got our credit card system all up and running and faster and more secure. There were some issues with that earlier, and we've tried to maintain a high level of customer service even with the shutdown. Park rangers have been busy, but not too busy. Mostly public assistance and calls, community policing. And we've had a turnover in staffing at the rangers as far as full-time. We've now completed a full turnover of everyone is new in the ranger department, including the chief. But we've got Ranger Garcia is now certified K9 officer, and he's been doing a lot, helping around the community a lot. And we've hired a couple new officers, as well as with Jesse Hart and Chuck Edens are the latest additions to our park ranger department. So that's halfway. I guess I don't know what time it is, but
10:30.
so I'm about on target. Are there any questions on the first half of the presentation?
Pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay, I'll just keep moving out so you guys can. And again, if you have any questions going along, pipe up.
I'm gonna have to leave a little early, Chair.
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
thank you, Commissioner Dickerson.
So our plans for this year, as you see, there's a photo of one of our new signs where we try to put Genesee County Parks at the top, and then the name of the park in the middle, so it's clear to everyone whose park that is. So when they go to vote next year, they know who they're voting for. We have a grant from the DNR to construct an accessible kayak launch, a bluegill boat launch, and we're working on that. We have a bid out right now for the actual boat launch, and our staff is going to do some of the sidewalk work up to that boat launch. We've worked with Commissioner Dickerson's Road Commission, and we're going to get some work done by them as far as parking lots at Walleye and resurfacing the deck at Yale Road. And Commissioner Dickerson, I wanted to say thanks to you and the Road Commission for helping us out. Your staff over there is always helpful and always willing to help us out.
Good to hear that.
At Formar, we're going to work on some new gardens, especially at the Genesee and Davis Road entrance. We're going to enhance some existing gardens. We're going to continue the cleanup of the sugar bush and get that in better shape and better managed. We're going to working on removal of invasive woody and perennial plants. And if everybody's been over there lately, if you drive into the Formar and look to your right where the pavilion is, there used to be a stand of trees there. And I say used to because it's gone now. It was all invasive black locusts. And the staff we bought that new chipper. We went over there and we cut the logs into lengths. We're going to haul those up to the campground and let them cure, and we'll make firewood out of those, and we chip the rest of it. And Brian Van Patten will treat the stumps so they don't come back. And then there's he's doing some other invasive species removal as well this winter while he can get out there. We're going to update the former visitor center animal exploration room, and they've already started working on the new cabinets and tanks. And they're going to complete the geology garden, which is the circle in front of the visitor center. And they're continuing to expand the collection of adaptive fishing equipment to better serve our different abled audience. And we're going to increase accessibility to the Everyone Garden by reducing mobility barriers such as lumps and bumps and entryways, and increase accessibility by participation by collecting adaptive gardening tools. We're also going to increase community participation by working with La Placida to translate some of our program information to Spanish. We're going to create a nature seeker all-person trail for individuals with sight or sensory differences, featuring a guideline, accessible signage, and interpretive information. We're going to continue to propose speaking topics for environmental education, parks, and other industry conferences, and we're going to reimagine the former outreach program for 2022. We have a lot of plans at the railroad and Crossroads Village. As far as we're going to offer trial artisan trade shops, partnership for mutual benefits, so maybe we get some tradespeople in there, pop-up artisan trade sign shop and stone engraver for the summer, and wood for the signs will become from the sawmill, the lumber generated from the demonstrations. And of course, all lumber comes from trees harvested from park property. Focus village operation on program training, organization, and cleanliness. Support new themed events. We shifted hours and days and food trucks to build attendance and return customers. This summer, we're going to have a little tractor show in tandem with Michigan Lumber Days, local one-day tractor show. And some of these people are seasonal employees that actually work in the parks, and it's their group. So we expect to have good relations with this tractor group, Commissioner Carpole.
Thank you.
This is a joint effort between Parks Communication Marketing staff, Crossroads Village, and Parks Maintenance staff, as well as the Mid-Michigan Antique Machinery Association. Genesee County Day this year will be free village admission to Genesee County residents, and this is also a joint effort between Parks staff, County Communication staff, Crossroads Village, and Parks Maintenance staff. And it's going to have a festival feel with hopes to increase attendance and revenue through train, vintage rides, and gift shop sales. We're going to have free entertainment on the Village Green, and we'll be selling beer and wine on the Genesee Bell, and this will be all summer. We'll be doing this. We're booking some food trucks. We're going to have the county departments out there, and each county department will be able to have a station out there set up to offer their information on their services. And we're going to have an arts and craft show out there as well. Plans at the railroad, we're going to replace the rail on the West Loop. We're hopefully going to get our new diesel locomotive. We're having a few issues with suppliers with that because of the COVID crisis. We're going to complete a 250-foot enclosure on track 5 to shield some of our cars from the elements. And we're going to look at see what we can do about some passenger car truck replacements. Mounds and Wolverine Campground, we're going to have an invitation to bid on bathroom replacement and facility upgrades, and that I'll bring that to you at the next meeting to have some more detail on that. We're going to put some "You Are Here" signs at the mounds as part of the grant from the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, and we're also going to continue our brush clearing out there. Keep Genesee County beautiful. We have lots of plans out there. as far as playgrounds, increase the number of adapted parks and gardens, and work on talk about a long-term plan for maintenance of city parks and playgrounds. In Chevy Commons, we have just the parcel west of Chevrolet that's not completed, and the state is working on finishing that up this spring for us. And once we have that done, the whole Chevy and the whole will be capped, and it'll be in great shape for future use as a park. As I was explaining before, under the Flint River Front Restoration Project, the engineering is underway, and we plan on submitting the plans here this spring for work to be done in the fall of 22. And we're also working on grants. As you'll see, we'll be bringing some grants forward for this project. 2021 plans and finance. We've got a new software program, financial program that's been instituted by the county, and we're going to try to get a little better adapted to that and make best use of that program. We're going to continue improving our new rec track program and make that more efficient and better, more friendly, customer friendly to our patrons. We're going to streamline our purchasing procedures and processes to make sure that we're following all the county procedures and requirements. And we're going to organize and streamline the accounts payable process. And we're continue to cross-train our staff in rec track. That's a big deal, that we need to have our staff, our full-time staff, be able to really know rec track so we can teach our seasonal staff every year. The park rangers are going to work on increasing patrols of waterways, the Front River Trail and off-road trail at the mounds. We got a new boat last year, but because of the COVID, we didn't get out as much as we wanted to on the Holloway. And we want to increase our trails with the Vespa on the Flint River Trail. That's very popular with our patrons. They really like having the park rangers come by every now and then. And it's a very good public relations tool. And the rangers really enjoy it. And as I said there at the below, it's really a popular program, and so we're going to be working on that.
Barry, one quick question.
Yes.
I don't know where the county stands on this, but I believe the sheriff put in a grant request for a marine patrol. Would we coordinate with them anyway with our boat on the Holloway and Mott Lake? Or
the sheriff does not come out to Mott Lake or the Holloway. They concentrate their marine patrol in the southern end of the county, Lake Fenton and those lakes down there. So we're primarily responsible for our own lakes. So that's why we have our own boat. And then we do coordinate with the Lapeer County Sheriff for the Holloway.
Okay.
So we do work with the Lapeer County to make sure that we're out there to cover that.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. As I said, we're going to gear up for a millage renewal, and we'll be coming to the Park Commission for millage language here this summer. We hope to have that on the agenda for the Board of Commissioners to approve the millage language early and approve it to be put on the ballot, because the sooner you get approved by the Board of Commissioners, the higher our request will be on the ballot. We want to be number one. We don't want to be at the bottom when the voters start checking ballots. We're going to apply for a grant for Mountain Bike Trail, as you well know. We asked the last meeting, we asked for that, and we've got a lot of response, a lot of public support for that. That was, as in our surveys that we've done in the past, that was one of the higher requested items, is any kind of trails. And then also our branch road fishing site. And the other thing I hadn't mentioned is we've worked with the Road Commission. We had Fred Pavandi came out maybe a month ago, and we talked about the branch road decertification and cleaning that up, because that's pretty ugly out there. And they said they'd help us get that fixed up, and they would abandon that section of road, take the signage down, and really improve the looks out there. Again, pickleball courts at Linden. We want to do some work at Flushing building that needs a new roof, and we don't have enough storage out there for what we keep. So we're going to put a little lean-to on the back of that building. We're going to put a new exit road at Crossroads Village. We really wanted to have that done before our drive-through, but we couldn't get it done. Couldn't get the permits. But we hope to get that done. this summer, so it makes it a better flow for large events. And then we want to add on to our railroad car storage building so we can get all our cars indoors and not keep them under tarps. And then in 2022, we have some items that we're looking to do, maybe replace the Richfield Park Maintenance Building. That's very, very old. Want to complete our Bluebell Trail and Beach Walk that we have a grant for. We'd like to start construction of additional campsites at Wolverine Campground and bathroom replacements. And again, we'll talk about that at the next meeting. And we want to start phase 1 construction of the Flint River Restoration Project. 2023, we'd like to, hopefully we can get the funding completed for the Atlas Grand Blank Iron Bell Trail, and we can start construction on that. Apply for grants for replacement bathrooms at Bluebell Beach. Like to issue RFP for maintenance garage storage area and concept. I've talked to several commissioners about that. Our maintenance garage was built in the 60s and it really doesn't have enough storage for all our vehicles and equipment. And we don't have ability to do any hookup for electric vehicles or anything like that. So we'd like to look at a concept to move that over near Crossroads Village. And I'd like to do some nature play areas at Formar and Wolverine Campground. That's a pretty neat concept as well. In 2023, we'd also look at replacing the bathrooms at Stepping Stone Falls. Maybe issue an architectural review of the restoration building. That means that's supposed to be a railroad restoration building. That's in pretty tough shape as well. And then hopefully at that time we can construct the mountain bike trail off Baxter Road. Long-term plans would be replace the railroad restoration shop at some point, and replace our maintenance building at some maintenance garage at some point. And Commissioner Keeler was asking earlier, we want to expand the Iron Bell Trail from its end point right now at Wolverine at Richfield Park and extend it out to Wolverine Campground. We also want to look at restoring our older pavilions at Flushing and Richfield Park. Some of those are getting a little tough shape. I mean, they're not terrible, but the beams are the posts are starting to rot. And so we need to look into restoring those. And again, completing the Flint River Restoration Project. Future event ideas at the village for the summer is Grow Genesee County Day to make it a summer kickoff event. Expand the tractor show into a bigger event. Do some sensory friendly days at the village designed for guests on the autism spectrum and other sensory processing disorders. A trunk sale, flea market, Back to the Bricks tune-up, staff picnic training, team building days, and antique roadshow. And I guess that's it. Are there any questions or comments about this year's presentation?
Excellent job. Very impressive.
I know I'm kind of a drone on type of speaker, so I apologize for that. But I tried to put it in print so you could at least see what we're talking about here.
You're doing a
Job
great
well
job.
done, Barry.
Job well done.
Hey, Barry, the work you guys are going to do on the CCC structures at Richfield and Flushing County Parks, I'm wondering if it was ever in the thought process to put some type of a signage up there and let people know exactly what we have, products from the CCC, from different things like that. I'm sure a lot of people don't know that and might be very interested in that.
Yes, we do. James Wolcock, who is working on our history book, his next assignment, lucky that we found him, is he's very interested in that, and he's going to help us develop an RFP to restore these buildings. And the road commissioner still has the blueprints for all these structures in their vault. So we'll do a combination of some signage and then restoring the structure that are there, and maybe replacing some of the structures that have been destroyed over the years, because there were some other structures out there that have been gone. And so we're going to look through the blueprints and do some renovation and just really relook at the whole thing.
That's excellent.
Barry, is this the highlights of this presentation? Will that be on our website for link?
It could be.
I just curious, people go to the website, they can kind of
This YouTube, this is a YouTube presentation, so someone can go to this and see the meeting and watch the whole thing with my explanation.
Can you link that to the website?
We can.
It'd probably be a good thing.
Okay.
Okay, we have no old or new business opportunities for the commission. Commissioner Keeler, do you have anything for us today?
Nope, but get the suntan lotion out. It looks like we're out of the snow business and getting into the sunny business and the warmer weather business.
Yeah, you don't say that too loud because we've had snow in April, so.
May,
Commissioner Wright, do you have anything for us today?
did you say Commissioner Wright?
Yes.
Well, I'd like to ask Barry how long he's been director.
Like 3.5 years, I think.
Well, time flies because it doesn't seem like it's been that long to me. Of course, I've missed a few meetings, so that could help. I just want to thank you for putting together this nice, beautiful report and commend you and all the people that work with you from top to bottom, particularly through COVID and all the other problems we've had. I think you and all your staff have done an excellent job, and this report is a good report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Nolan, do you have anything for us today? He's muted. Commissioner Clemens, do you have anything for us today?
I do not.
Commissioner Washington?
I just want to echo what Commissioner Wright has said, Barry. You have and the staff have done a superb job. You guys have maintained the integrity, character, and honesty of the Genesee County Parks. And of course, I'm proud to be associated with each and every one of you. So great job, man.
Thanks, sir.
And I'm going to just follow up and echo Jeff's and Jim's comments. And one word that struck me when you were doing your presentation, Barry, was teamwork. And we have a very good team in place from all the way from our seasonal employees to the commissioner. We work very well together, and that's something that everyone can be proud of. The organization has done some wonderful things for the residents of the county, and I hope that they're proud of the job that we've done. So that's all I have for today. Is we have any other business before the commission? Seeing we have no other business, if there's no objection to adjourning, we'll stand adjourned.
Okay.
All righty. Have a good weekend.